Well, it's time to fix these speakers that we got for free. A video I posted a few weeks ago, and yeah, I got the cones from Sayal. I'll show you where I got them from, and I'm going to show you the store. What an awesome store this is. So Fart 306 said, go to Sayal in Scarborough and get your foam pieces for the speakers. We're here now. Thank you to the comment section. 3791 Victoria Park Avenue. Sayal. Let's go in and let's get these foam pieces. Like I said, I think we're going to be looking at 8-inch, so let's see what size they've got. This store seems to have everything electronic. As soon as I walked in, I spoke to the guy who was working there, and he said, come round here where all the speakers are. So we went round, walked past all this awesome stuff, and yeah, you can see just on the wall over there, we've got the speaker pieces, all the little infills and the cones, and there you go.
That, yeah, 8 inches.
How much are those?
$4.95.
Brilliant, brilliant. So thanks for the tip. And here we are. We got the surrounds. $11. Cheers. See you back at the studio. So we left the store, took a short drive home, and here we are now with the speaker surrounds. The store does have a website there. I'll put it in the description. They do mail order. You can order any parts that you want from them. There's the speaker surrounds. And from anybody wondering, they are SP1015-8 speaker foam edge. So they're called the speaker foam edge, 8-inch. I know a lot of people were saying, oh, they look like 6-inch. It's probably the middle cone is about 6-inch. Well, no, actually, that's bigger than 6-inch. Anyway, don't matter. They're 8-inch. We thought they were 8-inch. Oh, and by the way, made a mistake on that video saying that I tried to put a DVD into a CD player. You guys are fast. You picked me up on that. And no, it was actually a CD I tried to put in. I tried to put in, if I've got it here. No, I haven't got it. I put it away. It was a Radiohead CD. Anyway, let's get on with this. So I took the other speaker out in the previous video. I still have to clean up the surround here. It's a little bit rough. I'll clean them up later. But this one, we'll take this one out. So first of all, we got to unscrew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. Now, usually I think these should be on the inside of the speaker, but somebody's put them on the outside. So these might already be replacement speakers, as far as I know. We'll see what they sound like. I just want a really nice big speaker to go with the stereo that I'm building downstairs. So let's get this out and then clean them up and re-foam them and see what they sound like. So whoever fitted these speakers, if they are replacements, which I think they are, they soldered the wires on. So what we'll do is we will desolder them and then start on the cones. So I found this rapid grip glue. It dries semi hard, not rock hard, but flexible. So I think this will be enough to do the speakers, just from the dollar store. It's like a Yoo-hoo, like a contact adhesive. So I don't want to use a hard glue. I just wanted to use a glue that dries dry, but is got some flex in it. So this glue, this is like the third one I've tried, by the way. this glue seems to fit the process perfectly. I tried it on some paper and it was nice and flexible, so I think we're good to go with this. And what I'm going to do, the speaker here, it's sort of a little bit loose on here, so let's just dab a little bit of glue on there. Oh, it's already got glue on my fingers. Dab a little bit of glue on there. Let's get it tacky. And then what we'll do, we'll put a little bit more on. Oh, a bit runny, this glue, which is good. Should be okay. I got nothing to tie that down with. I'll have to use some sticky tape, I think. So actually, I couldn't find any tape. But what we got is a weight, a speaker weight. So that should do it. That should hold that. That should hold that down while it dries. As you can see, the foam's just crumbling. But this part seems really good. So what we'll do is I'm going to clean off this old foam from the side. And then let's just try this piece on it. I'll put a layer of glue on. And then we'll go straight in with the foam. It looks, yeah, it's just about perfect fit, that. Well, let's get on with it. So what I'm going to do now, it's cleaned up. I'm going to just brush a light coating of glue on the edges of both speakers. And this glue's slow drying, which is good, so I can let it tack off a little bit and then attach the cones. Hopefully it will just go together nicely. Remember, this isn't a instructional video. This is just how I'm doing it. You don't have to copy what I'm doing, but it can't be too far wrong. I guess we'll find out when I turn the stereo on and then crank it up in the days to come whether or not it's the right way to do it. But we'll see. Being that it's contact adhesive, probably best doing both sides. Well, it's a lot harder to get the centre to stick than it is the outside, although most of it's pretty good at the moment. I suppose I've just got to let it dry. I found that what you can do is you can reach into the back of the speaker and you can really push both sides down. Just take it really easy and go around it, and that gets the cone from the inside tight with the cone on the outside. Rather than just press on it, you can actually squeeze the two halves together. And with it being contact glue, it's probably the best way to make sure that everything is absolutely stuck together perfectly. So like, you can just get on the inside of it there, see? Just nip it together. That seems to do it. I got a little bit of glue residue on it, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. I was a bit worried at first, but I think that's better. That's before. That's after. I'll leave it a little bit of time and I'll do the other one. I'm just going to make sure this one's going to dry as it is first. And that's the second one. Almost done. That's a much cleaner finish on that one. I put a little bit more glue on it than I needed, and just on one side, and it seemed to just pick up really nicely. So, oh well, should I say stick down really nicely. So that one looks pretty good, I think. That's not bad. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This one's dried. It's looking okay, but yeah, a lot better job. And like I said, you just nip it up through on the inside of the speaker. And yeah, I got the technique down better on this one than I did the first one. Well, hey, you got to learn. You don't do it. If you don't do it, you don't learn. And what better to learn with than free speakers? Well, okay, cost me about $10 for the phones, but you know, $10. What's that? It's a sandwich and a coffee, isn't it? Okay, we'll let these dry. Got it on my fingers. We'll let these dry, and then what I'm going to do is I'll just put them back together and then try them. So what I'm going to do when I remount it, I'm going to put the gasket on the inside, and that will seal the base inside, I think. I believe that these are replaced speakers, or they've been maybe reconed in a previous life. And what's happened is that they've left the foam speakers, or the foam gasket on the outside. And when they were mounted, when I took them apart, the foam gasket was on the outside of the speaker. What I'm going to do, I'm going to mount these this way with the gasket on the inside, and that will stop any vibration on the speakers. So we're going to do that. We'll get them soldered in and fitted and see. I think we'll move on to the next stage, I guess. One thing I'll have to remember to do is put the gasket in first and then solder the wire, or else I'll have to cut the gasket to fit it in. So yeah, let's do that. I was just gonna tin these up a little bit. This is a brass scrubber from the dollar store I use. So I've got a dirty tip. Dip it in there. Clean tip. You can buy proper things to do that, but I've never really been one for using the proper thing. So we're going to solder these on. So now with those securely fitted and solid, you can screw the speaker back in with the gasket on the inside this time, not on the outside. I don't know how tinny they would have sounded with the gasket on the outside, but yeah, I think they're pretty solid. Yep. Put them inside. And then we'll screw them in. So yeah, I know these, there's most likely these speakers should have been on the inside of the cabinet, but I'm not going to, I suppose I could, no, I just leave them like this. I leave them as they came, but it's just making sure that they are sealed so we get a better bass response. We'll soon find out, won't we? Anyway, yeah, these are glued nicely now. They're pretty much sealed nicely. We've got the speaker sealed in nicely. So we'll move on to the second one. So the second speaker box isn't in very good condition. It's split here and the fronts come off. It looks like it was glued around the edges there. I got some wood glue. So yeah, let's work out how to get this to stay together. Okay, so that should hold it together. Oh, wait for it to dry. I'm not going to put you through building all that one up again. I've finished it. I took the straps off it glued perfectly, and now they're here in the mix with the, I've just got the receiver, the Technics receiver, the Panasonic free DVD S43, and I've got my 8-track player all plumbed in, ready to go. So I'll show you. A speaker that needed gluing, and yeah, it's not perfect, but it's pretty solid, absolutely rock solid. I got a little bit of glue on it there. Don't know if I could just clean that off. Maybe a little bit of, I'll give it a wipe later. I'm not too bothered because I'm going to put the covers on, else I'll always forget the covers when the grandson comes. But yeah, I'll show you it running. Well, I'll show you what I can without getting copyright. Okay, let's try a CD. There's my Radiohead CD. That's the CD that everybody thought was a DVD. As you can see, it is actually a CD. We'll go for Tears for Fears. See if that comes through on the stereo. So we've got to go to auxiliary, drop it in, wait for it to load. So the DVD CD player is also free, as you guys would have seen on the other video. Let's hit play. Hopefully I've wired it up right. Anything? Maybe I didn't. Oh, I've got, so with this, I've got tape. So you have to actually unselect the tape. So yeah, wow, that's loud, but I got to admit, they're not brilliant. I can't get it above halfway on the volume kicking out from this Technics, or they do start to distort. I have to play around with the tone a little bit to get good sound, but the loudness I want down here is listenable loud. So what I'll do next is I'll get my my record player wired into it, and I think I need to put some more belts in these tape players. So I'm going to get a tape player wired into it. So I'm going to have the, I might have to get a switcher between the 8-track and the tape player. If you know of anything that we can use that you can switch between the two, just drop us a comment and I'll look it up, like I did for the speaker cones. Yeah, thanks again to the comment section for telling me where to go to get my speaker cones. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.